Hi folks, I thought I'd bring in another video just to let you see what's going on with the gardens. We are now in the transition between spring and summer, and so a lot of these spring flowers, which are done now, as you can see, will come out and the summer flowers will go in. Some summer stuff is already done. Here we have beautiful pink primrose in full bloom. Tire gardens are a mess, as you can see. They need to be weeded out and straightened up a little bit. And this is what it looks like from the top of the yard, looking down. The flower boxes are all planted for the summer here along the fence, and they're beginning to beginning to bloom. They've had a lot of rain. But everything below the flower boxes will come out, and I'm hoping to put larkspur in there this year. The balsam I put in there last year was a rather overwhelming, so I thought I'd try something a little bit more subtle this year. And we have that pink primrose on this side of the tire garden as well. Because it spreads, it tends to spread every year. But I like it, so that's fine. If it spreads, it's just fine with me. So I've been working to try to get this truck cleared out. This dirt, this compost I get for free from the city. But I need the truck now to load some stuff to the dump. And I can't do it because there's dirt in here, so I've been working feverishly to get the dirt used. And it's a labor-intensive task because this dirt, even though it's free, it comes with a lot of sticks and garbage, as you can see, in it. So it has to be, I use that drying rack as a sifter, and I sift it bucket by bucket, get the garbage and the sticks out of it, so it's pure dirt. And so it's a little bit heavy intensive. Now I think I've got enough out of here that I can just haul this stuff to the dump, because I could just move this all to the back now. And this is what needs to be hauled to the dump. It may take 2 loads. I don't know. I might be able to get it in one. It looks more than it really is, I think. So, but I'll have to chop up some of this stuff because the dump doesn't accept anything over 4 feet. So all these boards, like the posts there, the old posts, have to be cut in half, I guess. This is wood from our old back patio. We were just going to put a replacement roof on the patio, but when my brother came to inspect for the job, he found out that all the wood in the structure itself was rotted because they didn't use treated wood, because it had a deck on it, so they didn't really need to use treated wood. So we decided we were just going to take the whole thing down and start from scratch, from the pad. And this year, look at this. Instead of putting the pumpkin patch in the ground, I'm putting it in a tub and seeing how it does. It's just an experiment to see how things go. I'm using these tubs now a lot to try to make my gardening task easier, especially in the winter. It's hard to deal with a whole bunch of pots. Much easier to deal with just a few tubs. This is a catawba tree I've got growing in a bucket. And so I've got a lot of these buckets here filled already with summer flowers. And I've got a little patch of sunflowers coming up there. Trying to keep the sunflowers out of the front yard. Here's more buckets to be filled with dirt. And you'd be surprised, just a few of these buckets, maybe 10 of them, takes a ton of dirt to fill 10 of these. So, but the dirt is free, so I don't know, really. These are all the winter garden plants here that need to be processed and put into these tubs, so it'll make things much easier. And then this is a beautiful, it looks like this. I have a groundhog, a resident baby groundhog in the yard, and he's eating me out of house and home here. These were covered with seeds, and apparently he likes the seeds. He's eating them all off. Strange little groundhog. So anyway, oh look, here's a lovely little, this is called mullein. Grows on a stalk there. But anyway, here the roses are in bloom, but that garden desperately needs to be weeded out and tended. But here is, I put in a sunflower patch here. All the sunflowers are going to be back here against this barn this year. So that's my sunflower patch. And this all needs to be weeded out pretty quickly. Anyway, there's the new structure. We tore down everything from the ledger board on, down to the out to the gutter. We took it all down, and all that we had left with this cement patch. And that's all new treated wood. This thing will last for as long as the house lasts. The way we're building it will last for as long as the house lasts. Put up a new ledger board, and the siding will be replaced. But we have to put the flashing up there. We're going to put flashing up there. I'm going to paint that whole side of the house before we do that. That's my next task. That's a little pool I put out here for Carmen and Sam to swim in. But this is a solid structure here. And what we're going to do now with this structure is we're going to put a deck of translucent corrugated fiberglass, or I think it's polycarbonate panels. So this will be like a grow patio, and then the wall you see here, the half wall, that will extend all the way around the patio. And then we're going to brick in this pathway. I'm going to have 12 by 12 patio block. I already did the grading and the gravel, so it just will take a little bit of digging out and putting some sand down and leveling it, putting the block in. It won't be a big task, I don't think. Of course, never say never. So that's what's going on at our house recently. Still a lot of work every day. There's a lot of work for me to do, which I'm thankful for because it keeps me busy, keeps my mind busy and engaged. And over here, we have other things getting ready to bloom. Rudbeckia and Monarda, or wild bergamot, some people call it, refer to it as. It's a native flower, so I'm liking native flowers these days. This needs a lot of weeding still. These are the foxgloves have been blooming pretty nicely, and they're just about done. So I have a lot of seed there, I see, from the foxglove. And then over here, you might see that. That's a cornflower, pink cornflower. Usually cornflower is blue, but they do have pink ones. So, and the roses are blooming like crazy because it's June. We got peach roses here, blooming, and red ones too. So there's a lot of work yet to be done. But like I said, today's task was to get some of that dirt out of the truck so that I can put the wood in there and get rid of it tomorrow at the dump. And I got most of it I used by top dressing this garden here at the top of the hill. It looks much better top dressed than it did before. This is a peony in a container. You can see the container underneath maybe that I have it in. It winters over very well. I leave it out. It winters over very well and comes back every year and blooms nicely. It bloomed nicely this year. And it's done because it's a spring flower. But you see all the, what looks like weeds. It's not weeds, that's chicory. And it's getting ready to bloom. In fact, I think I had my first bloom today, one bloom, but it will be covered in blue flowers. It's just beautiful. I like blue. So here's a little bachelor button that came back from last year. Surprised me. So front yard looks great though. I got a few more sunflowers that keep coming up that I have to relocate because Kathy doesn't want any sunflowers in the front yard this year. But those there are zinnias, not sunflowers. Those are zinnias coming up, giant zinnias. And then we have the beautiful geraniums, lobelia and ageratum gracing the yard. This needs weeded out badly. It's portulaca in there, but there's a lot of primrose and looks like balsam coming up that needs to be pulled out. Even I see some cypress vine trying to come up. Try to keep things under control here. There's a little cosmos in bloom. Beautiful little cosmos. All this needs to be, tended to. I've got a miniature straw flower over here with cosmos, and then over there's calendula. And it's starting to rain for some reason. The sun is out, but it's raining, which only can mean one thing, that there's usually going to be a rainbow somewhere. There it is. There it is, folks. I knew it. And the sun is out and it's raining. Usually there's a rainbow. So that's what's going on. Oh, in this pot down here, let me show you what's in this pot. They're not blooming right now, but that's purslane, one of my favorites. It's beautiful, red and white striped and yellow flowers. And behind it is the Mexican heather. And over here, I've got some coleus back in that dark spot. But over here I've got Growellia and Sweet Alyssum growing on a little. That should be pulled forward a little bit. I moved it back so the dogs went. There we go. Knock it down. So that's the garden, folks, for right now. Happy gardening.